Well, go on, people.
What up? What up?
Deck 1, Deck 2. We're officially here. We got our studios now.
I'm happy. It looks
nice. Come on.
Nice.
Come on.
Proper.
Episode 22.
Yeah, man.
We are here. We literally we've just been chuckling along on the Zoom and we've got to this place. We got two special guests in the building.
Right, two specials.
All right, we got two special guests.
Intro there.
Let me break them down. Now, this first man, I remember hearing his name way back in the day. I'm talking I swear, flames, cold as ice times. I hear this man's name. I say, right, I'm not sure about this name. it's a bit bossy. You get what I'm saying? Representing the east side.
Yeah.
And then, we met and humble. Because with the name, you think it's bossy, but you mean it's very humble.
It was bossy as well.
So yeah, boom. Big shouts. Man like Rocky Boss in the building.
Respect.
And then, over to the left. Now, this man here, certified entrepreneur. When it comes to DJing and it comes to musical events, the first man I see give away free tickets for a dance, and I'm saying, bro, I don't get this.
Free?
Free, 100%. Just walking around the dance, free tickets.
Don't understand.
Only to get to realize he's got venues patterned, he's doing everything. So you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Double click on top of FM.
You get
what I'm saying?
Old school.
Shouts going out to Mr. Minor. Say welcome, brother.
Hello, bro. Thank you very much.
Magnum Fridays, which I can say prior to lockdown was South London's longest running Friday night, right?
Yeah, for 2 years.
For 2 years.
2 years at least.
I'm talking not like South Beach, not like the put on by the club, because that was running long.
Yeah.
Independent promoter from the club doing his thing, man. So yeah, welcome.
Yeah, man. Big up Redback as well. I'm admiring that. Obviously everything runs with a team.
Yeah. Magnum Friday. So where's the Magnum and that?
Hey, do you know what? It's in the boot. It's in the van store. I was gonna message and say, right, you lot got a drink there. Yeah. I was gonna message you lot.
So are you officially sponsored by Magnum?
No, not yet. So we're trying to. I'm trying to pattern up the. When you kind of take something, not take something over, but you join something, and then you go into a 50-50 partnership. But it's already been established from there, and then you just pay your thing to be a part of it.
Yeah. Okay.
All it was is me trying to pattern up the look of things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Okay. So we can kind of go for that kind of sponsorship because obviously these companies look at your socials.
So I'm telling you, but you've been
Magnum
repping.
out there. You hearing?
Magnum's supposed to know.
They're supposed to. We went to represent for them.
Yeah. So you saying Fats?
Nothing there.
They're Kwanina.
Another week. We're in the building. We're in the building now.
It's official.
We're in the building.
It's official. Now, what people may fail to realize, we were trying to do this pod for a minute, and I think everything's worked out very, very, very like God works in mysterious ways. Yeah. Because if COVID didn't happen, we'd have been, and we were stuck on plan A, things would be completely different. So I'm so in a way, it's a blessing in disguise. You get what I'm saying?
a strong believer of that. Everything happens for a reason.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I've not believed that so much since COVID. Do you know what I mean? Because so much stuff has happened as a result, whether negative, whether positive. But it seems like everything's fallen into place for individual reasons.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like it's fallen into place so much. It's like you would think it's scripted.
Yeah.
You would think that someone from above has scripted it.
Scripted it for real.
Mad.
Well, you know what? Let's cut straight to the chase. When I think of COVID, I know that our scene and our livelihoods as DJs has been, it's basically taken from us. But there's a couple people that have been thriving through this. So you got those on the Instagram lives, like who did we mention?
Lani.
Yeah, Lani.
Continental GT.
Yeah, their thing is bust. Like, I'm not saying that they weren't doing their thing before, but Instagram lives.
It's taken it to the next level.
A complete
different type of following now.
Do you get what I'm saying? And
numbers. And everything's a numbers game.
You know what I'm saying? But therefore, COVID has worked in their favor. Then you got the people that have come up with, all these different ideas and different ways of doing things. COVID
other streams of income and things.
So when I look at COVID and I look at events, I believe that Mr. Minus has excelled through COVID. Do you get what I'm saying? Someone who's spearheaded getting on with it. We've all wanted to do it. We've all thought about doing it.
A lot of people skeptical.
And you know what? He just got up and done it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I respect that. So let us know, how did this happen? What inspired you to just say, you know what, I'm on it?
Do you know what? Yeah, obviously when you're on the Instagram and just looking at like loads of DJs doing their thing and that. Yeah, obviously you see the cash apps up there and you see the PayPals and everything doing it. I'm like, what are you making? I wouldn't know because I've never put it up, so I don't know how they're making their money in it. But I'm thinking to myself, as soon as there's a ounce of leeway, do you know what I mean? I'm gonna kind of take it. And then when Boris announced you can do unlimited exercising now, I thought perfect name for a party. Unlimited exercise. You get me? So I designed the flyer real quick. As soon as Boris said that, I designed the flyer, Magnum Friday in the corner, unlimited exercise. And I put a woman in an Adidas tracksuit with a couple cups next to her in it. So kind of people would know what time it is. But the government will look at it and think, this is unlimited exercise. Do you know what I mean? No need to kind of home in on that. There's just a bunch of people probably doing exercise in the park. So we've done that party now. Party, you know, it kind of busts. I think.
You mean you done the exercise event?
Sorry, the exercise event. We done the exercise event and it went quite well. You know, dancers came out. You know, people came in their numbers in a sense. Do you know what I mean? I kind of took my lead from. I got to give them their props. I took my lead from like the block party lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know, when Bad Andrew and that was doing the sound from the van and that, I was like, like. I was locked down with my girl at the time, innit? And I was looking at Insta, looking at what he was doing. I was like, where's this? Yo, where's the party, guys? Urgent to get out, you know? Like, you know, cause I like to party, innit? As much as I'm a promoter. I like to party. So I'm like, right, Andrew, where is it? Andrew's taking along with the postcode, you know? So I'm thinking to myself, all right, when they brought it down to South London, I went down and obviously all the DJs rolled out in it. So I started kind of, you know, striking up conversations with like Mixed Masters and Dimps and Law, stuff like that, people like that. And then I said, look, I'm doing this unlimited exercise thing. Let's give it a shot in it. And then we went on till like 4 a.m. when we done it, which was quite surprising. Police came.
It's a lot of exercise.
It's a lot of exercise.
Bare burpees and squats.
That's it. Bare squats. Hella squats. Like, my friend doing squats in that. So police did come, but they saw it was all right. And you know how black people are in their spirit. They're like, on one hand, they're like, why are they here? But when they saw them leaving, they was cheering and waving them goodbye and stuff like that. But it was in a good spirit. Even the police had to laugh. It was good spirits, you know. And what I've learned a lot of law. Like, I've learned a lot in terms of law and what's classed as a unlicensed music event and whatnot. I've actually learned a lot, and I'm still learning. I'm not, and this is all off the back of you know, in sync with what happened in America with the whole Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. So police were kind of a bit edgy to kind of press things. Do you know what I mean? So they had that in the back of their head. And it's a thing where I think that kind of gave us a bit of leeway in a sense. Yeah,
because now feds have to say to themselves, right, hold on. If we go in too heavy, we look like
what
bullies.
Can happen,
We look like bullies. And you know, like the climate that you're in, will always, you know, like if you're in the time where, like, we, you know, like in life, we all follow trends, innit?
Yeah, of course.
And unfortunately, that was a trend. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's a trend that would affect you negatively and positively.
Yeah, of course.
And if police come in heavy-handed, it will affect them negatively, and they don't need that.
Yeah.
So in essence, it probably worked out well.
It did, you know. Obviously, I kind of see. I don't want to go into that depth direction, but with that Black Lives Matter thing, when you say trends, I think of brands as well. Brands and trends kind of go hand in hand. So when you think of the Black Lives Matter, it's a brand in itself. Do you know what I mean? Because you look at the brand and you go to the website and donate, and you might be donating to the the Democrat Party, but that's a whole different conversation. But when you think of the whole branding of it, it's ingenious. Do you know what I mean? So with the branding, and then you've got the trend. You know, police kind of, when we're going back to what we're talking about with the police, they saw the trend, they saw that what was happening, and they had to kind of tread a bit lightly in a sense. So like I said, that kind of worked in our favour a bit, but now things are getting a little, you know, when things ain't trending much no more.
Yeah.
Things go back to normal.
Things go back to
And
normal.
then people overdo it as well.
Yeah, like, you know, everyone was screaming it at one point, but now, you know, because it's not affecting them no more.
Yeah.
It kind of reverts back to normal in a sense. So the trend was done. So police are like, ah, cool.
Yeah. Police are like, okay, the wave has gone. Now I'm gonna start fucking people.
Exactly that. So now what you're noticing, I'm just giving you a step by step from what I've seen. We're doing it every week. So what I've seen now is that with the trend fading, and even though you see the Black Lives Matter on Beat and Sky Sports and stuff, you see the branding is still trying to be maintained for whatever agenda they have. You know, whatever agenda they have, the brand is they're still trying to push it. But on the ground, it's fizzing out. Do you know what I mean? Even though we all know Black lives have always mattered. You know, on the ground, it's like
in the public eye.
It's kind of fizzling out a bit. So
next topic.
So what's happened? What's happened now is because that's fizzled out, they're coming to lockdown parties.
Because they got they can do that now without that negative connotation attached to it. So they can do it. But do you think, did COVID and, you know, the social distancing and putting people at risk, did that ever come into your mind? Did you ever think that you were being irresponsible whilst putting on these events?
Let me go back here to when lockdown first started. I must have put out a flyer. Yeah, it was me and Marcus Drama and Brownie Rockers. It was on the flyer. We looked suited and booted, didn't it? It looked like a proper party flyer, but in the corner was the Instagram logo. And I put the flyer out. I got hella messages saying, "What are you playing at? What are you doing? That you know we're in a pandemic." I'm like, babe, chill out. Look at the flyer properly. Do you know what I mean? And like, it's Instagram. And that in itself, made me think, nah, people are
taking it serious.
Dead serious. There's no, you know. And when I put out the event first time round, people were coming out anyway. Like people were coming out anyway. And so what I done is I thought, all right, cool. Let's ease this in nice and slowly. Let's promote social distancing. I put the 2 meter logo in the corner of the flyer. Let's promote that. Let everything that's Boris is saying. I'm adhering to that in the flyer. Do you know what I mean?
What you choose to do when you get there.
No, so you're basically
I've said it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if you do you can still. You're right, because putting that there means that, you know what, if that's what you believe in, you know what, I do want to go out, I do want to let my head down. The stress of this COVID is getting to me, but I also want to remain
safe.
The option is there.
I'll tell you what then, it's not safe. If someone came to me now and said, right now, as we are, even though COVID, from what we see, is kind of slowing down a bit, I don't know what's happening up north. I don't know what's happening in a different country in terms of their COVID numbers and that. But from what we can see now, it's kind of slowing down. But I still wouldn't do an indoor event. I wouldn't do an indoor event. If someone came to me and said, "Wow, I've got this little bar, or I've got this little warehouse or something," I wouldn't do it. Because
what if it was 2 meters? Like you could still do.
We done one last week.
What, indoors?
Indoor event.
Indoors.
But the thing is, there's guidelines in it. So the venue's quite big, but you have to have tables set up.
Okay, so it's 2 meters.
So you have tables that are set up within, and then when you sell the tickets, you have to sell them in a minimum of 4 to go around the table, and a maximum of 6 per group.
Okay. See,
so then people are sitting down eating, and they're supposed to just party around their table, and that was the way of us keeping our guidelines. Police came, everything was okay, and they left.
No, do you see? That's fine, but there's promoters out there that don't give a F. Do you know what I mean?
Doing proper.
They don't care.
Yeah, we had a cap. We could limit it to 200, including staff. Including staff. And on a normal time, that's like 1,000 venue.
The reason why I would only do outside events right now is because COVID is less likely to spread outside. Do you know what I mean? In ventilated areas. I'm just doing my research when I figure all this stuff out. In ventilated areas, COVID doesn't, it's harder to spread. Do you know what I mean? So I would prefer people to be outside partying, where the wind will take away any aerosol particles coming out your mouth. I would prefer it to be outside rather than inside. Do you know what I mean? So in my opinion, I'm giving people the opportunity to enjoy themselves, but in a big space where they can't do social distance and with the fact that it's ventilated, I would prefer to only do outdoor events right now.
No, you see, now I respect it because I asked that question because obviously I know you. So because I know you, I know you're not irresponsible. That's one thing I've known about you. You're a bit wild. I'm not lying. I'm a realist. I'm gonna keep it real. Minus is wild, but he's not irresponsible and he's trustworthy. Like I don't see him. He's not reckless, but he's wild. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So I thought, hold on. He's moving reckless. How's he have it? How is this? Like, because I hold him in high esteem. Like, as I say, he's been doing things. He's a bit, as I said, with the free event. I was wild, but it's calculated. You know what I'm saying? That was El Peno. Yeah.
See, let me wait before.
Everyone's like, any more free events?
I'll give you a bit of my tact. I don't mind spreading a bit of knowledge so young promoters that want to come up. You get me? But with that free ticket thing, the ticket weren't actually free. The ticket was just a glorified flyer.
Okay,
that's all it was. And back in the day, you'll give a girl a flyer and say,
she'll say no.
She'll say no. She'll say no.
But give her a ticket.
She'll say yes. Yeah. But the flyer would say, free before 12 with this flyer. So did the ticket. But because the ticket's got gloss on it, it's got shiny stuff on it, they're like, I got a ticket. I got a free ticket. But little do they know, when they get to the door, it's not up to me to read this.
It depends if they read it. If they read it.
Read the ticket. Like, I've given you a free ticket. Read it. Get there before a certain time. You understand?
You go get it at 2:00 in the afternoon and be willing to wash up 4 corners.
You get me? Like, so it's a thing where there was always tactics, and like I'll print off flyers and even make it look even more glamorous by posting it to people. You understand?
See, honestly, I fell for it. I was thinking, man's giving out free. I was thinking to myself, he was walking. I was in a dance, El Peno. I remember. I can't remember what dance it was. Maybe I think it was Love, Sex, and Rose. Do you remember them?
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. So shout out to Terrence and them. But it was that dance, and you were in there giving out these tickets. But he wasn't discriminating.
Everyone was getting.
Everyone was getting one.
Yeah.
At first, it was just girls, But I figured like he would see a set of man that are ravers. I used to say back then that was in Brixton, so I used to the man them will come. So he was man, and he walking around. Yo, see, giving me one. I'm thinking, how's this happening? I'm thinking, how? Unless he's in there with the bar and he's getting money off the bar, this don't make sense.
Ain't getting no money off the bar.
It's minus, innit? So he's wild. He's wild.
Thinking man bought the club on the slide.
So for any like young promoters that want to try a thing, print yourself some tickets, 1,000 tickets, even though the venue can only hold 200. Let's say the venue holds 200. Print yourself 1,000 tickets. On the ticket, put free with this ticket. You plus a friend, free with this ticket. So even if you lose it, and I give you and your friend one, if one of you lose it, you're still getting in. You understand? So put on free before 12 with this ticket, or free before 11, whatever you want to do. £10 after. £5 after.
Because for the makeup of our people,
a large percentage.
11 o'clock is too hard to come out. It's too hard. Of course. It's almost impossible.
Only really, no offense, but only really the rock pocket people really roll out. The
younger the audience, the
happy hour and all them things.
I remember back in the day, like 3 before 11, girls would be there outside.
Cameos, I was there, blood. Cameos. I was watching Match of the Day at Cameos, blood. That's how early I got there. Me and my brothers. But when I'm saying Match of the Day, Match of the Day comes with like 10:30, fam. 10:30 when we finish at about.
He's watching it just in
Cameos.
He's at the bar watching.
On a Wednesday.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday. You're thinking of Uptown Square.
I'm sorry.
Because we had these membership cards. Me and my brother took advantage of it. We was ravers back then. We was like, young. And before I started DJ, I was a raver and that. So we just go, Cameos. This is when the Frogback tune came.
Frogback,
chicken noodle soup and them times.
I respect
way back then. So
I respect that. But in terms of your DJing, you've been doing your thing for a minute. I think you always allow other people to take the forefront, though. I feel like you're very when it comes to your DJing, as good as you are and as good as you are as a host, you always seem to just pass the baton over. Like, I don't know why do you do that? That's something that I've always noticed.
Yeah, I'm surprised you noticed that. To be honest,
you always you'd be like,
how do you notice that?
Look his face now.
The reason I noticed it because
been pretty.
He noticed that, but he's not around that often to even notice that.
But he's been doing it for ages, But you know what it is with me, All right, cool. When I was on my come up, I'll tell you this, yeah. This is my attitude, yeah. Because I was in Blaze It Up and that before, and it was like we were just. But when the sound like went our separate ways, and I was on my come up, there's no one that was more hungry than me. No one. So I ain't giving up no slot.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be in the dance and not play. I'm not. You see, like back, there was this hierarchy thing, like when there was no set times, and you'd be in a dance, and then you'd be waiting. You'd be waiting, but then one of the big men, and they will come in.
My time, though.
Yeah, my time. So I started saying, nah. At first, I was in the dance, and I remember. I'll tell you exactly what I can't remember. No, I can't remember where it was. But I was in the dance. I got there, say, 1 o'clock, and there's a couple sounds before me, so I'm third.
Then
that's how you do it.
I'm third. You say, who else is it?
I'm third. The man them see me.
I'm after you,
and I'm by the set like everyone else. So the man them have come in, seen me. So I'm third. A couple other men have come and joined up, and then some of the bigger man them are coming, and jumping on, and I'm. So anyway, 5 o'clock, I ain't played yet. I'm a little man, so I proper took that to a heart. Anyway, I didn't play that day. I didn't play. I went home. Got home, I was vexed. I said, "Fuck that! That's never happening." First of all, they didn't even play well. They played decent, but I knew what I had. I knew what I got. You get what I'm saying? So I said, "Fuck it." So then something like that happened. Fast forward a couple of weeks later, same kind of thing. And man, say, "Yo, me, nope, I'm here." Yeah. Then I'm like I'm third in it, so I don't care. I don't care who does what. I'm coming on at 2 o'clock, acting ignorant. Fuck it, nobody ain't telling me nothing. And then
looking over there.
I'm not. I don't care. And then coming on, but then when you come on, you got to.
You got to deliver now.
You got to deliver.
Definitely.
It's fucking shelled.
Of course.
Man, I'm saying, Ceesix, okay.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And there's a double respect there because they respect you for standing your ground.
Yeah.
And they respect you for more actually.
That's it. So now, I'm now that guy. I'm almost that guy that comes in and says, "Yeah, I'm next." So you know what I'm saying? So
almost.
At that time, I was almost. Then I've realized that I can do that, but I'm not like that. But I can do that. I can come into a dance and take an earlier slot because I've built myself up to that. But I started to who was like an angry, like aggressive DJ, like, and I class that aggressive, but not physical. I want to fight you aggressive, but
they'll just make sure that they go in and get their say.
And deep passive DJs, you get what I'm saying? And the passive ones always let the So I'm thinking, alright, cool. So I weighing it up, and then but minus is passive, but not because of anything. More of a thing like, I don't care, knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a few man like that, but he's definitely one of them.
The reason why that is is because I don't know if this is right to say, but my passion, I'm more 70% promoter. I would say. My passion doesn't just lie with the DJ. I love it. I love the response that I get when I drop a tune or when I say something. I prefer to host more time and let someone like Rayco or Carmen London or whatever, because we do carnival every year. I prefer them to play and me to host. I love it. I love interacting with people, wear tear. Do you know what I mean? So it's a thing where I don't have to play. I don't have to. And for example, Magnum Friday, I'll come in and just play early or put on a mix quick or something. And when people come in, then I'll jump on. But when the DJs come, I let them have the spotlight because I'm focused on the business.
Yeah, you can always tell, and you can always tell the difference with people that the DJs, their only vision. And they're the ones that are like, they have to make sure and they have to try and shell. And sometimes they're the ones that's all playing tune way too early and everything and get cussed off afterwards. But they're like, look, you never see us shell it. We know we saw what tunes is playing, man. But so I get you.
It's a thing where, like I said, I will focus on the business side of things more than anything. Do you know what I mean? And I think the reason why I would do that, and I'll tell you the reason why I DJ anyway is to save money. The reason why I design the reason why I design my own flyers is to save money. The reason why I do my own videos is to save money. You know, the reason why I invest in social media software, auto, stuff like that, is because I don't want to pay someone to do it.
Them man,
No, I get
texting me, hello.
Do you know what I mean?
See?
No, I get you.
I get you. Full on,
by
Jim.
designing my own flyers.
You know how many skills I've learned through doing the business because people are just long.
Yeah,
That's the other thing as well.
People are long, so I just,
I'm
it's good to know your.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm long.
Yeah, but for your own stuff, I bet you're right.
For my own stuff, I'm
On point,
good.
innit? Exactly.
But because I don't really want to be like that. Some people are just same way someone wants to DJ. Someone are just focused on designing flyers and not banging it out quick. Back in the day, it was Paperboy and all them.
Paperboy's still doing this thing from Ghana.
Oh, is it?
You didn't know they live in Ghana?
I didn't know.
Yeah, man, Paperboy live in Ghana.
We got Paperboy.
He
was the guy.
He was the guy. He's calmed down a bit, but he's still like, you can still get a fly from him.
Okay.
Like, you email him straight. He's living in
that
a
man will be quick with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like me, for someone else's design, a bit
longer than
I don't really want to do it, but to help you out, I'll do it, innit? Like, no problem. But I might take a week. I'm just saying, because I'm so active with other things.
I get him.
But I let them know that I might take long. If you let people know,
they can't complain. They can't complain.
They either respect you or don't deal with that, or they just won't come to you, which is
you don't
fine.
mind.
You don't mind, yeah.
It's
Either way.
fine. I'm fine with it. You understand? Because that just gives me more time for my team.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to work for no one else.
Yeah.
I prefer to work for myself.
Nah, I appreciate that, man. All right, so I'm gonna bring it over to this side. One of the Donnies from the east side. Like I'm talking back in the day, the east side had it locked.
Stratford Rex.
Stratford Rex. Or just
Stratford Rex.
Or even just a bit before.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking like they had the radio on Smash. They were the only station that would play during the day. Them time all the other stations would lock off at 9 o'clock. Lock off at 9 and lock back on
in the morning.
Afternoon, especially the South Station. We had it hard. DCI, whatever they call DSI.
DTI.
They would lock us off. But the East stations had it locked. So daytimes.
Yeah, because East had. Yeah, we had DTI. That's why.
You know what I'm saying? They had it on Smash.
Deja Vu was the one for East London, I reckon. From out of my little Deja Vu.
Yeah. 100.
Deja.
So let's talk about this now. So this man here, Rocky Boss. Firstly, the name. The name's always had me intrigued.
Yeah, a lot of people, and I've given different variations.
Yeah, well, let's
but here's the realness. You get the realness here. Yeah? This is the realness of it. So I think it was. So I used to play. I used to DJ with Moonlight. Yeah. So it's me and Moonlight, and
Cold as Ice time.
Yeah, Cold as Ice. This is before, before Cold as Ice. Yeah. So my government name is Rock. Yeah. So it was a simple, just and that's it. And then Rocky. So it was always Rocky. So when I first started, it was Rocky. When we first went on to Deja Vu, it was Rocky and Moonlight. Yeah. But Moonlight used to always be on the mic. Yes, Rocky, my boss. You're the boss. That yard style. Like, yes, boss. And then one time we got through a flyer and it said Rocky Boss. And I was like, rah. I was like, that's you, Moonlight. And it's just stuck from there. Okay. That was it. Like, I tried to even take it off and people just still, like, the boss was just always there on the flyers. It was like, all right, cool.
Because DJ Rocky now doesn't sound the same.
It didn't have the same
even Rocky, he's Rocky Shutdown. I just think like Rocky it feels like it's incomplete.
You
get what I'm saying? Just DJ Rocky. Sounds incomplete. So you got Rocky Shutdown and Rocky Boss.
So it's a big up Moonlight because that's where the boss come from.
Shouts out to Moonlight. I'm told he was daytime radio king. Definitely.
Moonlight was basically a minus, but in East. So when he's talking, I was just thinking, that's Moonlight's playbook right there. Like
100. Moonlight. Shouts out to Moonlight.
Big up Moonlight. Man.
I see a dance here. Back to the 90s. I was like, raw, okay, cool. Went back. I never heard. I said, yes. None. He's a G. Well, no, because he's marketing. He might be about the 90s vibe, the 90s like thought process, but it wasn't a 90s music.
So Moonlight, same person, same as mine, but over in the East. Like he had marketing and everything on Smash, and that's what kind of brought us through. So it was even Cold as Ice. It was another thing. It was like we had. Pick up Diesel and Sting. Management for Deja Vu them times. There's one we was playing at Ghanaian Independence them time. None of us are Ghanaian, but one of our bedrooms was Ghanaian. Smiley, he was part of the crew as well. So we just played there in the second room downstairs, and I think we went on after Maxwell D and someone else. and Diesel was there with him, and we shut it down with the old school bashment then, the bashment then. And it was like, nah, you guys killing it. I want to bring you on to Deja. So he was like, Moonlight straight away was like, yes. I was like, bro, what? Deja? I'm ready for Deja Vu. I don't want to go on there and joke at, but Moonlight, that's why I rate Moonlight, because he had that drive no matter what.
Yeah, he's on it.
On it. So that was it. So it was like, went on there and he's like, we need a name. And them time there, remember the tune, Cold as Ice? Yeah. So it was like, I was always, because we always wanted dub plates anyway, innit? And I remember him saying, Ice Cold Crew. And I was like, no, if we call it Cold as Ice, then we can just drop the Cold as Ice song in there. It's like a free dub plate. And that was like that. And that's what it was like. So yeah, man, used to open up like, Cold as Ice. And that was it, free dub plate. So, but yeah.
No, that's sick. That's sick. But you're also a very humble DJ. But you shut shit down. So, but you're never that guy that wants to take all the limelight. I've seen you in Brit Jam, and you're just happy to just juggle and make the man them.
Yeah, I think you know what it is. It's because I feel like in the space of time between Cold as Ice and then just after Cold as Ice, I was in Immortal UK with DJ Face. So big up DJ Face, another person.
Yeah, shout out to Face.
Moonlight and Face.
You don't get Face on here.
Yeah, Moonlight and Face are two of the people, because I was alright with just playing the music. They was more into the forefront.
Yeah.
And that's why the combos always worked, because it's like, usually there's always two people, like you get to a point and two people are battling for the limelight.
You can't have two big egos in one.
Yeah, but I was always, because I know that I'm running things same way, you get me? And I'm behind everything. We used to sit down and plan everything that we was doing, everything, like plan out the not just the set, but the little, bring on dancers and have a little routine, stop the music in the middle, do a little routine and all of that. We used to all plan that together. So in all that time, I felt like busting the dance is like, right, no bosses. It was like we proper shut down dances, like, and we was on everything. So then I had that the whole so our own culture, like so we used to play in like the garage raves and the starting of grime raves. We used to play as the room 2. So it's on that all of that side there, and then once I was with Face in the Immortal UK, it was more on the yard dances.
I remember going to. You lot did Freaky Fridays and them something.
Yeah, Freaky.
I remember I drive all the way from South, go over to East. Freaky Friday, mad thing.
And that's another thing. Freaky Fridays. It kind of later. The end of its era was kind of at the same time beginning of Brit Jam. So I had all that time, all of that. So after that, it's like, okay, when I'm seeing someone trying to come through, it's like, yeah, man, do your thing, innit? Like, do your thing. Even with Brit Jam, it was a thing of like we were trying to just bring people in and get them known there, because we already kind of knew the people them and everything. And you get me? After having all that time of just shutting down, it was like, all right, then bring people through. And I feel like we did that with Flames, we did that with Brit Jam, we did that with Freaky Fridays. Freaky Fridays, we had DJs from everywhere.
Yeah, I remember.
South, East, North, everywhere.
I might have done one of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because all the that's how I knew you guys for Freaky Fridays. And there was different little errors of it. So it was that kind of thing. So with me, I'm just humble person anyway. Like that's just me. Like,
it's mad because when I first heard of your name, when I first saw it on the flyer, and I think it was with Face. It was Face and Rocky Boss, and I'm looking. Obviously, I'm hearing Face on the mic here, so I'm just automatically seeing your name. I'm thinking, I'm expecting him to have some hardcore yardie accent. Like when I first saw his name, Rocky Boss.
Rocky Boss.
And I never said it like that as well. You know, boss is like that. Rocky Boss.
And when I met him, and like I'm hearing this English accent, I'm like, what the? Like, you get me? Like I wasn't expecting.
And enough people expected that, because, and as well, it's like I just adapted into that style as well. So people used to see me, and the thing is, you see before, man don't smile, innit? You really smile. As much as like I'm a person that's like, when you chat to me, like it's all jokes and that. But man, it's not smiling, innit? And then when you think about
your resting face, is
and then when you think about the times, because remember them times there when we starting out, how it was around there. You couldn't really be smiling too hard, you get me? So it was that. So everyone used to always have that perception, and when they used to meet me, it's like, oh, okay,
you're actually cool.
Right. Yeah, okay, So yeah, man. But yeah, enough people said that still.
Nah, man, I rate that, man. Yeah, we definitely have to get Face on. Face has done a lot of things. So shouts going out to DJ Face. You get me?
Was his birthday the other day, wasn't it?
Is it?
He's coming up.
He's here now, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got his party on. He's got his party this Monday. Yeah, social distancing party on Monday. Yeah, Oval Space. We got flames.
Alright, cool. So we kind of spoke on it already, just a little bit. But obviously now, like you were saying, things are changing a bit. Now they've enforced that there will be a 10k fine.
Yeah.
For any promoter that is putting on a party during
illegal party.
It's got to be illegal technically.
No, because again, as he said,
like he said,
they said that he had a venue and there's guidelines.
Yeah.
And that therefore is.
Yeah, but they're still coming in there.
But they come in to check.
Yeah, they're coming in to make sure.
They could class it as illegal.
No, they're not coming in. It's only illegal when you don't follow the guidelines.
Yeah.
Or
if you got everything in place,
or you don't have. I'm sure there's definitely like you have to know that it's illegal,
and you have to be if you're with the right venues and that the proper things, then everything's proper things. If you're doing them little there's a little hall down there or a little something, then there's no way for you to justify that everything's above board.
So let's discuss.
So the £10,000. Let me just quickly go through this quickly because I saw another thing that I thought, that's a bit mad if that happens. But it's a £10,000 for the promoter. Yeah, that's the fine for the promoter. And then for the raver, the actual raver that's in the party could face £100 fine. Yeah,
never.
Wow. But here's the next bit.
Wow.
Never. Those who have already been fined will see the amount double on each offence up to the maximum of £3,200.
Never.
So technically, you got to get caught maybe like
so all
because it's gonna keep flipping.
Yeah. But then you know the thing is, firstly,
what do you think of that?
It's bullshit. Firstly,
never. It's not enforceable.
They can't enforce a fine on a raver. Firstly, and they don't. Again, they're definitely not going to be able to. If everyone refused, they already want to let people out of prison because it's overpopulated. So man, why are you in here, fam?
We're raving.
We're raving.
The Ceesix had one big dance.
Imagine that.
Before you even get to that stage, though, like they got an issue with Section 35. If they don't issue with a Section 35 when they try to fine you, that's unlawful. So if they issue with a Section 35 and you still refuse to move, that's when they start enforcing.
Okay, so you're saying if you had a party in your house and there was more than 30 people in your house, is that an illegal rave or is that a house party? Is that illegal?
There's a difference, because there's something in the small print where you can actually have a birthday celebration, funeral celebration. You can actually mask it as a funeral, as a birthday celebration.
Like in the box there.
You're gonna see one yardy party, but you're gonna see one yardy party
with a real coffin.
When I'm dead or something. When I'm dead, they put me in my tombstone.
No. So they have to issue with a Section 35, which is dispersal order. For any events in your house, they need to get environmental health to come out.
So that's the local council.
Yeah. So the police can't tell people to leave property. They can't.
So if you had, numbers don't mean anything because they're saying people like gatherings over 30. So if you had 50 people in your house and there was no music playing, would that be an illegal gathering?
That's a good question as well. Like they can't. This is the thing.
They can't say we all live here. We're all brothers.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing. And how can they not prove that? They don't know who lives there. They don't know who's on the tenancy. So, but regardless of that, there's 30 people in the yard, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a thing where the police have got to establish whether they are what grounds they are stopping your party under. Are they stopping it under COVID? Are they stopping it under antisocial behaviour? Are they stopping it under noise pollution? Or selling of alcohol without a license? What are you stopping it under?
So if you adhere to all of those things, so if you've got COVID in regulations going in terms of your social distance and your keeping groups separately and your noise pollution where you're under a certain amount of decibels and
chess pieces.
The other thing that you said, you've won. So
before you even get to any of that, I feel, to me personally, just listening to that, it's the same as like back in the day, you wasn't allowed to record the TV on VHS, or you wasn't allowed to record things on tape, or you're not allowed to double up.
Yeah, of course you wasn't allowed.
I only watch stuff on video.
You wasn't allowed to copy CDs and that. And there's a law somewhere and there's something down there. But the practicality of it, there's going to be a couple examples, maybe. And I think that there was one. I read something about someone. I think it was out of London.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
They took their sound.
Yeah, and the party hadn't even keep yet. The party is Monday.
I've heard they took his laptop and everything.
The party was supposed to be bank holiday Monday.
They took the stuff beforehand.
Right. So they're saying that he was promoting it on all these different formats.
There's probably.
So I think that's what's gonna happen, and then they've done that, brought this out to say to get everyone shook. But really and truly, come on. Even down to how many dances have you played at that was actual proper above board?
What before lockdown even?
Yeah, before lockdown. That's what I'm saying. And those laws are all there. And how many people do you know that's gone to court? I know one person that's ever gone to court, and that was because they got caught on pirate radio station. And they made an example out of that.
I remember.
No one else in my whole time of DJing, I've heard it. Have you heard a promoter get anything?
Stick a pin on that, yeah. I was on Power Jam, yeah. It used to be round this, so yeah. Yeah, up in the yard there. Yeah?
Secret location.
It used to be up there, so yeah.
Around there.
Anyway, I used to do the breakfast show. Anyway, I'm doing the breakfast show. Anyway, big knock on the door, but it's like I finished at 10 o'clock. The next DJ would come in. The next DJ was Mr. Banton. Rest in peace. That's Junior Banton's dad.
Okay.
Man. But I'm thinking it's Banton, innit? I kind of like run. I'm playing a tune, but I run. And then run back. I didn't even look. It's supposed to be Mr. Banton. Bust the door. Police officers walking.
Jeez.
What's going on here?
You're lying.
I said, I was young, baby face. Then time I got my big slapper pouch, you know, the big double. The 600 one. So I'm just waiting for someone. Sitting there like the mic's on, everything. Just waiting for someone. I said, "Who are you waiting for?" I said,
Dave.
I just made up a name, I can't remember. And he was like, "Well, I don't think he's coming." So I just closed, but it looked like a suitcase. Remember
Yeah.
Close the thing, and he just let me go.
Oh, you got like
the next day, stations off, everything's off. They get me, everything gone. But I don't think they allowed me. I honestly, because there was a sofa in there, and I wasn't sitting by the decks or anything. I was looking in the CD pouch on the sofa, and the decks and everything was over there. So when they come in, I was like, I closed it. It looked like a big suitcase, and then I said, "I'm waiting for someone." They just let me go. I just took my thing and went. I left my headphones.
Yeah, see,
but I never even asked for them again. I said, take them. No.
But that's what I feel.
I tried. They tried to. I was doing a pool party one time, and then the police came. But the only reason why they could come in the property is because the owners of the house gave them permission to. If the owners of the property didn't, then they couldn't come in. So the owners of the property didn't even know that we was having a party there. I trusted my partners. I trusted my partners to pattern it up.
Yeah.
So obviously,
some Airbnb kind of thing.
But they just booked it.
They booked it, and they let us know in the WhatsApp group. Everything patterned now. And I said, "Are we allowed to have parties?" They said, "Yeah, all good."
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm about to transfer you my thing now to book that. You understand? Yeah. Obviously, party come now. I'm seeing horses and that. It's out of the sticks. The place is so big that there was horses there, fam. Like, so it's the thing where, like, man set up in that, playing music, whatnot. And then, obviously, one thing led to another. Police actually did come in, but there was, like, bare police. Like, and the sergeant in charge was talking about taking my equipment, innit? You get me? But I had to kind of say, hold on, officer. That's my only form of income. That's my only source of income. If you take that, I'm signing on. I'm going to be another burden to the taxpayers. Do you understand? You know, obviously, I was under the impression that I was allowed to bring my stuff here and have a private party. Whatnot. And obviously, after speeching, it was like, sorry, just let him go, he's all right. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. So it's a thing where it's either you hit them with guilt, or you hit them with reason, or you hit them with law. You understand?
But pick your battle.
You gotta pick your battle, and you gotta talk to them politely. You've got to make them feel like they're in control. But these times,
you're in control.
And that's every instance, though. You know what I'm saying? That's just every instance, really.
So it's a thing where even.
Letting out a few gems in this, you know. A few gems, you know.
You gotta listen. Are you fearful Did that seeing that article about the 10K? Did it strike any fear into you? Not that I know you don't throw illegal events, but what could be deemed as illegal?
I don't throw illegal events. Yeah, all I do is invite people to the park to have a good time. You get me? Like everyone, let's go to the park, have a good time. You know,
because I
don't see that as illegal.
Do you do it in a park or in a common? Because common is common ground for everyone.
I've heard of that as well.
Is that true?
That's why you can't lock clap on common, but you can lock back
There's
park.
no gates around it.
So a park is owned by.
Well, I saw. Okay, let me tell you one. So, there was an event in it that was happening on the weekend.
There's an event in it.
The event is happening on the weekend, and the location happened to be pinned as Stretton Common.
Yeah.
Lambeth Council emailed and said, "We see the event is happening in this area in Lambeth. So is it happening like in that park? And you need a form of planning or permission from them?
Yeah, of course.
So how does that work? That's Stretton Common.
No. But common ground,
just like Garage Nation.
What it is, listen, you see on common ground, you cannot stop people being on common ground.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's not fenced off, basically.
It's not fenced off. You can't stop people being on common ground. That's why if you go to Imbet Common, any common, there's always people there. And, you go there at midnight, there's someone there. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend walking through there because things go on in there. But you get what I'm saying? But there's things that are prohibited. Barbecues. Certain speakers, electric. There are things that are prohibited. However, if you
just go there,
and there's people there, then you cannot get in trouble for being there. So this is more so for the ravers. If it was on the park, that fine wouldn't exist. I'm just on common ground.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And if you imagine having a set that you could just like them people like the car Bad Andrew and them thing there is proper because you just drive off. Drive off. All this the generator thing. That's what's gonna let you down.
That's gonna slow you down.
That's gonna slow you down. You get me? You see feds coming, shit, you have to let down the gazebo and then it's long.
The gazebo. I've seen some setups. Bro. I've seen some setups.
Some real setups, you know.
I've seen a couple.
I've seen some real setups, man.
I've seen them set up to the point where I thought they were legal.
Listen, I
thought they was legit.
So that's where the headphone thing works.
So the whole point of the headphones now, obviously when I first started the unlimited exercise, obviously I'm getting stress from police and they're saying, you got a lot
too much noise,
whatnot. They were talking about taking my equipment before I even take it out of the car, stuff like that. That's called a section 38 when you've been given a section 35 and you refuse to leave or whatever, and then they put the section 38 in. But they try.
So what happens to 36 and 37?
I'm not
like when they just jumping sections.
Jump straight to the.
He just needs to know what he needs to know, innit?
Why does he just read the ones where the title says illegal? That one's me.
All I need to know is what sections are relevant to a fine or my equipment, me losing money, basically. You get me? So obviously, before it even gets to a section 38, I'm like, alright, cool, officer, whatever you say, let's go. You get me? More time, we'll just have a gathering at a different location. Do you know what I mean? Socially distancing. But what I've done is adapted. I've invested in these headphones. You know, and big up Ceesix. He's one of the first headphone parties I've been to. You know, when Ceesix done Showdown. Do you know what I mean? You know. And
I was talking about that the other day.
Yeah,
Six was on that before the lockdown, man.
It was on that from early. You get me? But where a man sets a foundation with something, you get me, and it's up to another man to kind of
take it to the next level.
Take it to a next level.
Man.
That's where my headphone comedy show comes in or something. Do you know what I mean? So or even a headphone poetry event. Do you know what I mean? Like wherever music or any form of amplification can take place through a speaker, it can take place through the headphone. So you can run it. Do you know what I mean? Motivational speaking. Might holler at Milk Tray, say, boom, we're gonna do Milk Tray's motivation in the park or something. Do you know what I mean? So there's loads of different avenues to this, not just music. You know? So with the whole adapting now, which black people are very good at doing and have to do. We've had to adapt over the years. What we've done now is adapted from the speakers. Even though I spent big money on my things now, it just made redundant over COVID. So I'm like, alright, whatever. Let me take that L.
I'll buy them off you.
Nah, they're good there. I like them, my babies. But got these headphones now, innit? And they still got an issue with it. My thing is, I just think that they're not getting their cut.
So what's the issue with the headphones that they're having?
There's no issue of noise, obviously. It's just what they do, it's like I said, it's all chess pieces. When I gave you them four things earlier, it was COVID. Are they dispersing over COVID? Are they dispersing over antisocial behaviour? Are they dispersing over illegal sale of liquor without a license or whatever? You know, once they've knocked down COVID, and once you've got past COVID, you've got to get past
got all of them. Yeah.
Once you get past that bit, then they're going to try to get you for that one. Even though it's hard to prove. You know, it's hard to prove because I could have a drink sign. But I could say to the officer, no, that's just for donations. Feel free to donate for a drink. I'm not technically selling. You can't see a till. You can't see receipts. I'm just asking for a donation for my friends. Do you know, I'm not selling. So there's loads of ways to go around things, innit? It's all chess.
But I hear you. It's like getting stopped by feds, because your brake light's out. But then busting that case. You know, you got, now you're tired. And the friend on your tire. And they just keep looking. They keep looking.
That's all it is.
Everything. One by one.
And what needs to be done is the incentive. The incentivizing of police to find something because they're incentivized. You know, you get bonuses or you get this or you get that. If you get a certain amount of this, whatever. You know, even though they wouldn't admit that, but you know, everyone knows police have got a quota to me. Do you know what I mean?
Well, like any business.
But currently now, especially with all of this go on half price dinners and shit that they're doing. Taxpayers have got to pay that back. Fines are going to pay that back.
They're clawing back.
You got
every angle.
Furlough. That's all going to be paid back.
100%.
All of these, everything that they've given, the government will help you. Don't worry, the government, we got you. That's all going to be paid back. Fines is going to pay it back. Extra taxes.
That was the first thing they done. As soon as they done that, I was like, okay.
When I saw congestion, I was like, 24, not 24/7, but
near enough.
Up to 10 o'clock. Are you mad? That kind of thing will make me want to gather a couple people and write.
Yeah.
You know, if you had a girl here who lived just inside the congestion, you know done now.
Yeah, that's it.
You're done.
It's long.
You're done.
It's long.
You used to check her after work, but now, babe,
it's long. Or you have to park on the border and then get the Uber the rest of the way outside because it can't happen.
Eddie, though, do you not think? Wait, let me just ask this: do you think that the time in which they've enforced this thing is also in relation to the fact that Carnival would have been coming up?
No. I personally think it's because it's all right. Listen to this here. You got to remember that so many businesses are not working. So many people are not working, furlough and everything, that the weekend is now every day. So these events are every day. They are dispersing crowds of people from every borough in London and the surroundings and all over England every single day. So we've probably done it to ourselves.
But and that's what I said earlier. They're overdoing it. So it's just like the block parties. The first few block parties went out. Once it went all viral and that, and everyone was like, "Well, man can have party." Even you said, "Yeah, man can have party." So then they're gonna do the next thing. But the parks thing is you know how many flyers go out of how many different park events on every day.
Every day.
Stupid.
You got to remember, up north, everything's worse. Like, you're living in your bubble in London. In London, I don't care what no one says, you're in a bubble. Because, like, there's only so much you can do in London, regardless. There's only so much. Up north, I see anywhere past Birmingham or, to the right, Newcastle. They're having their forest parties. They're having illegal street parties on a regular. Little white boys, white girls doing their thing. It's not just us. Like, even though we feel that, what they're doing, we feel targeted.
We're not the only underground people.
Hundred. They're having illegal warehouse things. Massive.
I know a man who does Ubering and said he was picking up people who were going across like a lake, swimming. They were swimming across the lake to a party, and then swimming back because the boat. There was like a boat taking them, but when the boat was taking too long, so they were swimming across, and it was underneath something like the A406 or something. The thing was underneath. Listen, and they were in there.
My brothers took me out the other day, and we parked up.
People swimming with their weaves.
We parked up. And then I was like,
no, we're black people.
I was like, so where's the party? And he just pointed in like, so you know like the common, yeah? It's like that, but bigger, but there's random trees in the middle and stuff. So he pointed, it's there. I was like,
where?
Yeah, it's mad.
Because the next thing I could see is trees, and that was a bit of a bop away.
Well, I saw a man snap here. And he was saying, I'm just walking through these woods, buddy. 12 o'clock at night. I'm walking through these woods. He said, if anything happens to me, let me drop my location. You get me? Walking through the woods until you get there, and then
all you see is these little lights.
Looks like what do you call? You know the little lights. What's the animal?
Yeah. Fireflies. And you just see them in the distance. And then the closer, but you're not hearing louder noise. And then you start hearing people talking. It looks like a cult. It looks like if I didn't know about nothing and just got out of jail and just went there and just like, I'll be like, what is going on? Like, what is this? It's mad.
It's mad. It is. You know, and what I find amazing is what I find amazing is people's ingenuity.